Hello, welcome to Ollie's Top 12 Travelling Tracks. I'm going on a short haul flight and these are my top 12 tracks that are going to hopefully get me from A to B. Have a look. I have to be entertained. I have to absolutely be entertained on a short haul flight. Long haul flights are alright for me because you've got your TV and your films and stuff like that, but short haul, they are the worst. So, firstly, my Sennheisers, love them, absolutely love them. They are, without a doubt, the best headphones ever. And for me, it's really important to have kind of completely sound-cancelling earphones because otherwise you can just hear moany people on a plane or crying children or something. So it's really super important to me, and also a bit of a nervous flyer as well. I like to have the music just playing. Track number 1 on my top 12 travelling tracks, that's really hard to say, is Lower Than Atlantis. Here we go. The reason I like it is because it keeps my mind active. The reason being is it's a really punchy pop rock tune, but they kind of battle elements of time signature change and stuff like that. And yes, everybody that knows me will know that I'm a glutton, an absolute glutton for that sort of stuff. Track number 2. If there are one band that does glam rock well, it's these guys. Motley Crue. The tune is called Dr. Feelgood. I first heard this song pretty late in life. I was like 21 and I was in Amsterdam and I heard it being played in a rock bar, and ever since then I've loved it. My playlists are really important to me, and the order that the song goes is really important to me because it needs to flow. I need to feel like I'm listening to something that's been put together for purpose. So when it came to tracks 1 and 2, Lower Than Atlantis with Here We Go, really punchy, into Motley Crue with Dr. Feelgood, it's got the same sort of groove. Track number 3 comes from Maud Fustang. The tune is called Lick the Rainbow. The reason I've put this song here straight after Lower Than Atlantis and straight after Motley Crue is purely because the joy of having Motley Crue's Dr. Feelgood as a fade-out tune means that I can effectively put anything straight after, and within reason, it will feel alright. Water, thirsty. I genuinely believe that there is a marriage between metal, rock, dance, electro, trance, and I think that kind of 5-way relationship of awesome genres could fit so well together, and for me that's why I find it so easy to listen to. That's 3, but this is song number 4. The 4th track is from their album Deadwing. It is of course Porcupine Tree's Arriving Somewhere But Not Here. I love this song, and I love this song for so many reasons. A, it's 12 minutes long, so for me, for a glutton for that sort of music anyway, having a 12-minute track that I can just get into, it really takes away from what's going on around me. So in this instance, I'm going to be flying, and I just love it. 5th song comes from a duo that go by the name of Royal Blood. I'm sure you've probably heard them. The song is called Figure It Out, and it was the song that introduced me to Royal Blood, hearing them outside of kind of a work capacity. I thought that they were absolutely great. Really, really enjoy their stuff. The only thing I don't like about the tune is the production. I think that the production behind it doesn't give the energy the song that it deserves, but I really do think it's a really cool track. I really, really like it. The 6th song is from... oh, I've forgotten. That's embarrassing. The 6th song on my playlist, halfway through now, comes from a band that I found purely by accident. On my Spotify playlist, I always listen to the Discover Weekly. I think it's a really awesome, great, well put together sort of cheeky Easter egg that Spotify chuck in to what they do. And I found this band by accident, and I thought, my God, like, these guys sound amazing. They must be massive. I can't wait to see them live. I'd really like to check them out. They're completely unsigned. They're a band from New Zealand, and I've spoken with them a couple of times. They're totally cool, and the band are called City of Souls, and the song is called Sleep. If you haven't heard it, seriously, just Google it, YouTube it. It's on there. It is a powerhouse of a pop rock tune. And after going through the notions of rock in the beginning of the playlist and then dance with Maud Fustang, a long track with Porcupine Tree, and going on through the playlist, it's really great to have a real punchy record just smack bang in the middle of the playlist, and I absolutely love it. Song number 7. Right, so this is actually a bit embarrassing, but I have got... it shouldn't be embarrassing, but it is. I've got a bit of an obsession with Sting at the moment. Please don't ask me why. I'll tell you the reason. I had one of his songs stuck in my head for ages, and I'm honestly going to say it was probably about 8 or 9 months, and I had absolutely no idea what it was or what it was called. I could remember about 3 seconds of the chorus, and I heard it on the radio a few weeks ago, and I don't know if any of you guys are like this, but when I have an obsession with a song, I have to just listen to it over and over and over again. And I have to listen to that song until I basically hate it. So this could possibly change between now and next week when I go away. But at the moment, it's really, really, really cheesy. I've got Sting's If I Ever Lose My Faith. Obviously, being a drummer with Vinnie Colaiuta on the drums, it's like one of the tightest tracks ever. Anyway, it's super catchy, and it is... I can't believe I'm doing it. It is my guilty pleasure. And I'm going to watch this back and I'm going to think, Ollie, what the bloody hell were you thinking? Why are you doing that? But you know what? Sting's great. He's got a cool voice and not a bad bass player too. The next track is from the unbelievably talented Cozy Powell. The song is called Cat Moves. Now, my dad used to hang out with Jeff Beck when he was younger. And my dad always used to hear the old demos of what was going to come out ahead of, when it did come out, and, the first sort of takes of the records and stuff like that. And my dad sort of kept them, and he used to play them to me as a kid. And one time he and I were driving along, and he didn't have a tape player in his car. It was a bashed up old thing. And we just sat there and we sung Cat Moves together by Cozy Powell with Jeff Beck on guitar. It is such a cool song. If you can grasp the sort of instrumental 80s blues thing that happened, you'll love this. It's really cool. Jeff Beck's playing is indescribable on the song, as is Cozy Powell's drumming, and the two work together so well. So Cat Moves is on there. Next track on Top 12 Travelling Tracks is by a band who I'd never heard before until a couple of months ago. They're called Tosca. And the reason I like them so much is because of the way that the drummer phrases 7/8. Now 7/8 is a pretty straightforward time signature, but again, I've got to think I'm on a flight, it's short haul, I want to keep myself entertained. I don't like to feel like I've got to either overthink something or that I'm really bored. Music needs to entertain me. So when I heard this track, it opens with kind of quite a distorted guitar, and it's in 7/8, but the drummer's phrasing of it is so original. I've not heard many things like it, unless you're listening to A Perfect Circle or Tool. Then I don't know. It again, a weird one to explain, but that's why it's on my top 12 travelling tracks. The next song on the list comes from Led Zeppelin. The song is called Kashmir, and it's 8 minutes long, and it needs to be longer, but I think that it is a perfect song. It is a song that unfortunately people feel the need to either cover or rewrite or reproduce for the use of TV, adverts, other sorts of radio use, but it doesn't work. And to show my love for Led Zeppelin, I have actually got John Bonham's tattoo, or John Bonham's logo tattooed on my foot. Led Zeppelin were my first musical love. One of the reasons being that Kashmir is on here is because of the rawness of it, and I love listening to that. If you listen really carefully to Kashmir, the first 4, 5, 6 bars, you can actually hear really, really quietly John Bonham's bass drum pedal squeaking. And it's got a totally cool Eastern riff. I mean, what they were doing back there in that time, I think, speaks volumes for kind of how creative they were. There was nothing else like that going on at the time, unless obviously you count the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's as like a really proggy album, which I do, but that's getting on something else. Track number 11. I love this band so much because not only are they able to write great pop tunes, but they are so good at prog rock. As I said earlier, I like to be entertained when I'm travelling, whether it's like by coach or by car or however. But in this instance, it's going to be a flight, and because it's short haul, I need to still keep myself entertained. Track number 11 is Yes from the album Drama. The song is called Does It Really Happen? One of the main reasons being is purely the bass playing and the xylophones at the end of the song, like the last 30 seconds. I know that there are other people out there that listen to songs purely for, there might just be that one bit that they absolutely love, and you just rewind it and you listen to it again and you rewind it and listen to it again, and you keep doing that until you absolutely hate the song, and that's why I'm sure it's not going to last on this playlist very long. Track number 12 is by my favourite band in the whole world. You guessed it, Dream Theater. It is the live version of their song Octavarium. It's with an orchestra, and it adds a totally different element to the song, to the studio version of the song. I have a strange relationship with my love of live versus studio. Sometimes I think people can really pull it off live, and other times I think, yeah, you should have just sort of stayed in the studio. So anyway, that is my top 12 travelling tracks. I hope you enjoyed it. I will do something else like this soon, perhaps, maybe one day, who knows. And if you've got any suggestions, comment below. If you think there are songs that need taking out and putting in, let me know. I'd really like to know.